showing you how to make a YouTube bag. I did both sides, the YouTube logo and the YouTube play button. The material I used to make this bag is vinyl, and you can find it at your local fabric store, and you can probably find it in the upholstery section. This bag is definitely not for beginners, but if you have experience sewing with different materials, then I would say you're ready to make this bag. If you're new to my channel, I also have an Instagram bag tutorial, so if you'd like to check that out, you can click this Instagram bag. So I guess you can call this a series of social media vinyl purses. I'll have a playlist of all my vinyl purse tutorials because I have a series going on, I guess, so you can check all of those out in that playlist. I've noticed after using my Instagram and YouTube bag, the strap on the side gets a little bit worn out, so instead you can also use strap material. It's a lot stronger and it won't rip, so you can find this at your local fabric store. If you haven't noticed on my vinyl bag tutorials, I don't put lining inside the bags just because I kind of want to make it easier for you guys to make. But on my next vinyl bag tutorial, if you would like lining inside to learn how to do it, comment below. Let's get started! Start by searching YouTube logos and saving them to your computer. Open them up on any word editing software just so you can change the size and opacity. Nothing special, I'm just using Pages on my Mac. I made each logo to be 8.5 inches. And now I'm changing the opacity so I can save some printer ink. The rest of the materials you will need are half a yard of red, black, and white vinyl, scissors, ruler, Sharpie, your pattern, a zipper, red and white and black thread, and a hot glue gun. Start by cutting out the pattern and placing it on the wrong side of the vinyl and trace. Then add 1/2 inch of seam allowance to all the pieces. Now cut out the pieces you traced. For the YouTube play button logo, cut out the triangle. Place it on the red vinyl, trace it, and cut. This piece doesn't need seam allowance. I placed a T and a B on the top and the bottom of the triangle so I know how to place it. Next, cut out the white piece of the YouTube play button. Place it on the wrong side of the white vinyl, trace, and cut. This piece doesn't need seam allowance. Now place the white pattern piece over the right side of the white vinyl and place the red triangle. Use E6000 to glue it. This is my favorite glue to use, so let it dry before you sew it because it'll make the sewing a lot easier. Place the red pattern piece in the middle of your red vinyl, then place the white piece right in the middle. Remove the pattern piece and voila, you have your perfect YouTube play button. Now take the YouTube logo pattern and place it on the wrong side of the white vinyl and trace, and add 1/2 inch of seam allowance. Use an X-Acto knife to cut out the rounded rectangle. Place it on the wrong side of the red vinyl, trace, and cut. No need for seam allowance. Use an X-Acto knife and neatly cut out all the letters. Cut out a piece of white vinyl and place all the letters on the wrong side. Make sure the letters are backwards. Neatly trace all the letters with your black Sharpie. Do the same for the word U and place all the letters on the wrong side of the black vinyl. When you have all your letters traced, cut all of them inside the black lines. Now place the word tube pattern piece right on top of the red vinyl and place the letters with some E6000 glue. Now just remove the paper and voila! Place the YouTube logo pattern on the middle of the white vinyl and place the red piece in its spot. Do the same to the rest of the letters. And remove the pattern piece and voila! Now time for the sewing. Make sure the glue is completely dry before you start sewing. Using white thread, sew the white vinyl very close to the edge. With red thread, sew the red triangle. This is how it should look like when all your pieces are sewn. If you printed your pattern to be 8.5 inches like mine, cut a zipper to be 13 inches long. Add 1 inch for seam allowance. Now cut a piece of red vinyl 3.5 inches by 14 inches. Fold it in half long ways and cut down the middle. Place the zipper and one of the pieces right sides together and sew on the edge using a zipper foot. You can pull the zipper down so the zipper head doesn't get in the way. Now you can top stitch. Here I started putting tape under my presser foot, so it makes sewing the vinyl a lot easier. So I suggest you start this trick from the beginning. A subscriber told me about this trick and it helps a lot, so thank you! This is how it should look like so far. Now do the same to the other side. Here I'm going to sew a zipper stopper. And now cut off the rest of the zipper. The width of the bag is going to be 2.5 inches, so place it down the middle and mark 2.5 inches. After that, make sure you have 1/2 inch of seam allowance on both sides. Fold both of your front and back pieces in half and mark it down the middle, so you have a midpoint. Now time for the straps. Cut a long piece of red vinyl that's 3 inches by any length you want. Mine is 47 inches. I found that to be the perfect length. Fold it 3 ways and use bobby pins to hold it in place. When you sew both sides down, sew them the same direction so your strap doesn't twist. I used tape under my presser foot again. On the zipper piece, mark the midpoint and beginning and end of the zipper and line it up with the play button piece. So now both pieces are marked. Now from the side marks, measure from one side to the other side to determine the length of the bottom half of the bag. Mine came out to be 17.5 inches. Cut a 3.5 by 18.5 long strip of red vinyl. Down the middle of the wrong side of the vinyl, mark 2.5 inches because this will be the width of your bag. Mark the ends 1/2 inch down. It's sandwich time. Place the bottom piece right sides together with the right side of the strap and place the zipper piece right sides together with the wrong side of the strap. You can sew the strap in place just so everything's not moving around. Now sew them all together on the lines you marked. Now top stitch. Do the same thing for the other side as well. After sewing that, place both side seams together to find your bottom midpoint. Line up the top midpoints together and hold it together with the bobby pin. Make sure your side points line up with the side seams. Now bobby pin the bottom midpoints. Now sew both pieces together, making sure to line up the edges so you sew on both lines. Trust me, that is very important. I messed up and had to undo it and sew it again because it wasn't lined up and it came out lopsided. It left holes from the needle, but it's not that noticeable. The part I'm sewing now isn't the side I messed up on, so that's good. This is how it should look like so far. Make sure the zipper is open so you can turn it right side out later. Line up the midpoints again with the YouTube logo. Make sure to line up the edges again and go very slowly. This is the side I messed up on, and I'm thinking it's because the red vinyl is more flimsy and the white vinyl is stronger, so the red vinyl probably got stretched out. Trim the middle seam allowance so you can fold the outer seam allowance over it. Now turn the bag right side out. Put some hot glue in between the seam allowance and push it towards the middle of the bag. Do this throughout the whole bag. This will help keep the shape in place. And now you're done! I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to thumbs up this video if you love these vinyl bag tutorials. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more crafty videos. I was thinking about something random the other day, and I thought, why don't I add this at the end of every one of my videos? So I was thinking of asking you guys a random question just so I can get to know you guys. So I was eating French fries, and I had some ketchup, and I was thinking, because my mom likes to squirt all the ketchup on the fries and just eat them like that. But me, I like to have my ketchup separately and dip the fries on its own. How do you like eating your fries? Do you like to squirt all the ketchup, or do you like to get your fries and dip them in the ketchup? It's a really random question, but I'm really curious to know, so comment below how you like to eat your fries. Thank you so much for watching!